Like the video and subscribe right now, and let's check some new unimportant but interesting fun facts.
North Korea and Cuba are the only places you can't buy Coca-Cola. That's because these countries are under long-term US trade embargoes. Some butterflies' ears are on their wings. The entire world's population could fit inside Los Angeles. The world's total population is more than 7.5 billion. However, it might feel a little more manageable once you learn that if every single one of those people stood shoulder to shoulder, they could all fit within the 500 square miles of Los Angeles, according to National Geographic. It's impossible to sneeze with your eyes open. The hottest chili pepper in the world is so hot it could kill you. The weapons-grade Dragon's Breath chili pepper is so hot it's downright deadly. If you ate one, it could potentially cause a type of anaphylactic shock, burning the airways and closing them up. Your eyes produce a teaspoon of tears every hour. You are made up of about 10 trillion cells. More people visit France than any other country. In 2017, the European country welcomed 86.9 million people. Spain was the second most popular destination with 81.8 million visitors, followed by the United States, 76.9 million, China, 60.7 million, and Italy, 58.3 million. Your eyes can see about 2 million different colors. Scents smell better through your right nostril than your left. The world's most densely populated island is the size of 2 soccer fields. Santa Cruz del Islote in the archipelago of San Bernardo off the coast of Colombia may only be about the size of 2 soccer fields, but the artificial island has 4 main streets and 10 neighborhoods. 500 people live on the island in around 155 houses. With so many people packed into such a small space, it's the most densely populated island in the world. Cleopatra lived closer in time to the moon landing than to the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. It can take a photon 40,000 years to travel from the core of the sun to the surface, but only 8 minutes to travel the rest of the way to Earth. The Canary Islands are named after dogs, not birds. It might seem safe to assume that the Canary Islands were named after canary birds, but the location was actually named after dogs. Although it's off the coast of northwestern Africa, the archipelago is actually part of Spain. In Spanish, the area's name is Islas Canarias, which comes from the Latin phrase Canariae Insulae for island of dogs.
If you somehow found a way to extract all of the gold from the bubbling core of our planet, you would be able to cover all of the land in a layer of gold up to your knees. Indonesia is home to some of the shortest people in the world. When taking both genders into account, the average adult is around 5 feet, 1.8 inches. People in Bolivia don't tend to be much taller, with an average adult height of 5 feet, 2.4 inches. The tallest people among us live in the Netherlands, where the average adult height is 6 feet. The Paris Agreement on climate change was signed by the largest number of countries ever in one day. When 174 world leaders signed the Paris Agreement on Earth Day in 2016 at the United Nations headquarters in New York, it was the largest number of countries ever to come together to sign anything on a single day, according to the UN. The agreement aimed to combat climate change and accelerate and intensify the actions and investments needed to strengthen the global climate effort. Anything that melts can be made into glass. You just have to cool off a molten material before its molecules have time to realign into what they were before being melted. The world's quietest room is located at Microsoft's headquarters in Washington State. Located at Microsoft's headquarters in Redmond, Washington, the lab room measures a background noise of -20.35 dB, which is 20 decibels below the threshold of human hearing and breaks previous records for spaces that were deemed the planet's quietest places. 61% of your body weight is water. Wearing a hat on your head helps warm your feet. Fingernails grow faster than toenails. The longest place name on the planet is 85 letters long. At 85 letters long, this is the longest place name in the world. Tamatai Katangi Hanga Koa Automati Turapukaka Piki Manga Haronakupia Kai Wanyuaka Tanatahu, New Zealand. The coldest temperature ever recorded was minus 144 degrees Fahrenheit. The temperature was recorded in Antarctica during a span of research between 2004 and 2016. Just a few breaths of air at that temperature would induce hemorrhaging in your lungs and kill you. All the ants on Earth weigh about as much as all the humans. The Earth's ozone layer will make a full recovery in 50 years. The recovery is thanks in large part to the Montreal Protocol of 1987, which put a global ban on the use of one of the main culprits for the damage, chlorofluorocarbons, CFOs. Previously, CFOs had been common in refrigerators, aerosol cans and dry cleaning chemicals. Tokyo is the world's largest city with 37 million inhabitants. People who are currently alive represent about 7% of the total number of people who have ever lived. According to the Population Reference Bureau, since the time Homo sapiens first hit the scene 50,000 years ago, more than 108 billion members of our species have been born. And a large chunk of that number is alive right now. According to the Bureau, the number of people alive today represents a whopping 7% of the total number of humans who have ever lived. More than 52% of the world's population is under 30 years old. According to the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, as of 2012, 50.5% of the world's population were people under the age of 30. If you were to remove all of the empty space from the atoms that make up every human on Earth, the entire world population could fit into an apple. Honey does not spoil. You could feasibly eat 3,000-year-old honey. Around 1 in every 200 men are direct descendants of Genghis Khan. During his lifetime between 1162 and 1227, Genghis Khan fathered countless children. And while we may never know exactly how many offspring the leader of the Mongol Empire had, scientists now believe that around 1 in every 200 men are a direct descendant. The length of your arm stretched out is about equal to your height. Your brain is sometimes more active when you're asleep than when you're awake. Facebook has more users than the population of the US, China, and Brazil combined. 2 billion active users have an account on the social media platform, which is more than the population of the United States, China, and Brazil combined. Facebook's co-founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg posted about the milestone, saying, "We're making progress connecting the world, and now let's bring the world closer together." It would take 1,200,000 mosquitoes, each sucking once, to completely drain the average human of blood. It's possible to smell sense in dreams. A small percentage of the static you see on dead TV stations is leftover radiation from the Big Bang. You're seeing residual effects of the universe's creation. Newborn babies are colorblind.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more daily videos.